Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to share my experience at a brand new Chanel boutique that opened up in New York City. It's quite a unique concept, so I wanted to share my experience there because I was able to stop by both during the soft launch and the public opening that happened at the end of January. The boutique is called the Chanel Atelier Beaute, and as the name suggests, it's an experience center solely focused on skincare, makeup, and fragrance products from the House of Chanel. And it is a place where you can go, you can freely try all of the makeup, skincare, and fragrance items that are there, and they're all out in different colors so that you can color match yourself. You can get a consultation from the professionals who are there, and you get a chance to really play with all of the makeup items that are part of the Chanel line. It's a free studio. It's essentially a makeup studio to try out all their products. They have their brushes out, and they also have hygienic applicators to use different products. The Experience Center is close to the Soho boutique. It's on Wooster St. You go in, there's a branded buzzer to click in if the door doesn't open on its own, and you go upstairs, and that's how you enter the atelier. I did my best to take a few photos of this space without getting anybody else in them, just so to respect their privacy. But these photos don't really do the place justice. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a pretty expansive space, and everything is well laid out for you to be able to access. I will be inserting photos so that you get a sense of what I mean by each of the areas. You go in and you're able to hang your coat in a coat closet, and they also have these array of cubbies, if you will. They're like the ones that you might have at like a hair salon or a spa, for you to be able to put your items in and just lock with a key. And the cool thing about the cubbies is each one of those had a name to them special to Chanel. So there's one that you will see that says Gabrielle, and then there's another one that says Coco. There's another one that says Deville. Like all the names and places and things that relate to the House of Chanel, and I thought that was really special. So you put your items in a cubby and you check in at the front. Checking in allows you to access their digital experience that accompanies everything. So there's someone there who helps you check in and gets you started on their site. If you don't already have a profile, then you would quickly create one so that you can go in and then continue to experience all of their products. So the first station is the cleansing station, and that's where you have all of the cleansing products out for you to be able to use, like the makeup removers, the oil. There's like an oil remover, they have cleansers, all of that, and so you can see which ones are there. You can check the app to see the descriptions of each of those items and determine which one you'd like to use. And you can essentially take off your makeup if you wore any. You can wash your hands, definitely. They have towels everywhere for you to be able to use to dry yourself off. And they also have the hand cream at the washing station so that you can use those for your hands. Immediately after the cleanse station is the skincare station, and that's where they have all of their moisturizing products laid out, starting from like their lip balms to their serums, their lotions, their face creams, things like that. So again, you can check the app and see the descriptions for each of those items, select the ones that you want to try, and use the plastic applicators to be able to try them. The really awesome thing is there were a lot of products that I hadn't really heard about because I don't necessarily pay a lot of attention to Chanel makeup. And so it was great to be able to try them out in a very stress-free zone. No one there is expecting you to purchase anything. No one there is like trying to make a sale or trying to get you to buy something you don't need. It's all purely about trying things out for yourself to see whether you like them. If you do like them on the app, there's like a little heart. You can click that so that it remembers on your profile that you tried it and you liked it. There's also a broken heart. So if you didn't like an item, you can also click the broken heart and it will register that you didn't like that item. And that way you can keep track of all the items that you're trying to see if at some later point in time you want to purchase them. So all of the stations are laid out in a similar way in the fact that based on whatever theme it is, you'll have all the products laid out in all the shades that they're offered in so that you can try them out. So after skincare is face enhancements, which is your base layer. Then there's face definers, your brows, contour, blush. Then there's your eye definers, which are your eyeshadows, your cream shadows, your eyeliners, mascara, things like that. Then there's also this awesome lip bar that lays out all the different products they have. So vertically it's organized by finish. So I think it started with like lip gloss, satins, and then mattes. And then vertically it's organized by color. So it starts from the lighter corally pinks that goes all the way to the darker plum berries. And I thought that was really great that it was laid out that way. There's a consultant there who can also help you see what kind of finish you want. Like if you're looking for long lasting, a lot of times people tend to gravitate towards the matte finish, but the consultant there told me about a product I didn't know existed, which is like a double-ended liquid lipstick and lip gloss combo that I got to try out. So all of the items have what they call micro dosage in like a little tin. You can pick one and the color that you want to try, move over to a mirror, and then you can apply it with their plastic applicators that they suggest you recycle at the end. There's also a Coco Lab that is a content creating center, if you will. They have a lot of items there to do flat lays. They have a lot of mirrors and stickers for you to be able to take selfies or videos of. They have products laid out, things like that. So it's a micro studio within the studio for you to be able to create content if you want to with the products that are available. And the last section in the studio is the Atelier Beaute, which is their fragrance bar, and I will go into more detail about that in a bit. As you're going through and perusing all of the sections, there are consultants all over to help you with anything that you might need. Particularly by the skincare corner is what they call a skincare service, and that's where you can consult with a specialist and either add to your existing skincare regimen or create your own skincare regimen. And for $12 you can get 3 samples, and for $18 you can get 5 samples. When I did the skincare service, I decided to create my own, so I would select 5 samples, and this is how it comes in this adorable clear pouch with a black matte zipper, and you'll see your products on the inside, and there's a little card that the consultant fills out for you. It's called the kit, and they'll put some descriptors on there and send you an email with more information, of course. The idea is that the $12 or the $18 that you spent on this kit will actually come back to you in the form of a gift card that you can use for your skincare purchase at Chanel.com. So if you end up liking something or falling in love with something that you tried out in this little trial kit, you're definitely able to use that money towards purchasing the full size on their website. I thought this was a really great idea. I was able to try out some products that I had never tried out before, and I actually really liked. The consultant was really thorough in letting me try all of the different moisturizers, because that was my heavy focus at the time. And she actually introduced me to the Huile de Jasmin, which is their oil, and I never thought I would want to use it, but I was really surprised that it didn't have that slick texture to it like I had tried with other brands or other oils in the past, and it absorbs really, really quickly. So you can see here, some of them are pre-packaged, so like the Serum and the Solution 10, like some of the lotions are pre-packaged, and that oil down here. But some items will come in, they will like dish out an amount and put it into this little glass container, which I thought was brilliant, because you could also reuse this container for anything in the future when you travel. And so this kit for me was a wonderful hit. I really liked that I could try out a lot of their items without too much commitment and see if I like anything. But yeah, that's their skincare service. By far the favorite part for me is the Atelier Parfum. It is their fragrance bar where they do a blind fragrance testing across all of the fragrances from the House of Chanel. And I didn't know too much about the Chanel fragrances going into it. I previously had an interest in Coco Madame as well, and I know they have some Chance perfumes, but like I haven't dabbled too deeply into Chanel fragrances. And I love the idea that they're all numbered. You don't know what any of them are, and they're just all of these ceramic wands that are infused with the fragrance that you can lift up and smell. And it's organized from like the light florally, more green scents, and it progresses into your woody and more oriental scents at the end. And you just get to try all of them, any and all of them. I recommend that you start from the light florals and progress down, because you actually never know, you might be pleasantly surprised by something, which I know I was. So again, on the app you can access the Atelier Parfum. It has the same layout. If you're wondering, you know, what number 3 was, you can click the camellia and it will show you a brief description and the keynotes that are in there. So as you make your way down the line of fragrances, you're able to select a flight of 3. So your 3 favorite, or the 3 that stand out the most to you. You can select those and you let your fragrance consultant know, and they will go ahead and pull those from behind the counter. You're seated to the side and you're able to get a live sample of, or like a wet sample of each of those fragrances and try them out again. Fragrance consultants describe what the scents are and some of the history that comes behind it, and a lot of times it's interesting to hear that context around how each of those fragrances were invented. So after you hear your descriptions and you smell the 3 fragrances with the wet samples, you can choose one that you want to try on yourself. And I just thought that trying on yourself would mean you can just spray the bottle on you and go out, but no, this is Chanel, right? So they actually take this ceramic medallion that has a ribbon threaded through it, and what they will do is actually infuse the ribbon with the scent of your choice. So that time I chose Coco Madame as well. They opened up the bracelet, they went ahead and infused the ribbon with a couple drops of the perfume, and then tied it around my wrist so that I could wear it for the rest of the day. And this is how they want you to try the fragrance out on yourself, just to let it sit on your skin, let it develop over time, see how the fragrance works with your skin, how it works with your own chemistry, and whether you still like it 5 hours later. So I think this is a great idea, and you do have a little bit of memorabilia, if you will. You can also move the ribbon down and add a different fragrance if you want to try a different one when you come home. So this is definitely reusable. It's not a one-time item, and I think it's a pretty great way to try a new fragrance. So although the experience is not heavily focused on purchasing items, you definitely are able to buy something if you like it. And so it's easy to track the items that you tried on your profile. It's easy to add them to your cart or your bag if you would like them. So at the end, or as you're going along and you try something and you know you want to purchase it, you can go ahead and add it to your bag. And when you're ready to check out, you just check out through the app and confirm that you want to place your order. Then you'll be getting a text when your order is ready for pickup. And so in the meantime, you can continue to browse, you can continue to use the products, or you can sit and lounge at the chairs that they have, use the restroom, things like that. And when you do receive the text that your items are ready for pickup, then you can go over to the checkout counter. That's where they present you with your little bag, and I think it's adorable. They have different sizes, of course, but it's the white bags for their makeup items, and then it comes with this unique Atelier Beaute Chanel Soho tag on it. It has your name on it, and it says who packed it for you on what date, so you can remember your experience there. But that's how they give it to you. That's where you will pay with your credit card or cash or whatever, and be able to pick up your items to then leave. And that pretty much concludes what your cycle would be through the experience center. I'll just quickly share what I picked up when I was there outside of the skincare kit. So I just picked up these two items because I really liked them and thought they would be easy to incorporate. So the first item is the Bois de Chanel lip balm, and this is different from their standard lip balm because first of all, it's in a matte blue tube. There's the Chanel logo. And the lip balm itself is also a matte lip balm. So they have this on the digital like app, and I asked to try it as a sample. I liked it, and I also wanted to give it to my boyfriend, so I picked this up while I was there. Other item is in this box. It's the Illusion d'Ombre, their cream shadows. I used these a long time ago, and I stopped using the one that I had because eventually it dried out. I'm talking like years and years ago. But in their eye definer section, they had all their eyeshadow palettes as well as these, and this I think is a limited edition color that came out probably for the fall winter. It's called New Moon. And I tried it. I just really liked the color. It's like a pinkish, brownish, super glittery cream shadow of theirs. And if you've tried these before, you know the texture is really buttery soft. It glides on really easily, and it's such a pretty pop to any neutral eye. So I really like this, so I picked that up. So that's it. That's my experience at the Chanel Atelier Beaute. I highly recommend you stop by if you're even remotely interested in Chanel makeup, or even if you love makeup. I think it's definitely worth a visit to their studio. You get to try out a lot of their products. It's a very stress-free environment. It's not a heavy like sales push. You don't have to feel pressured to buy anything. It's mostly for you to be able to experience the products in a place where and in a way that you would. So like if I go to a makeup counter and I try skincare products on the back of my hands, like it's not quite the same as being able to put it on your face and see how your face absorbs it and works with that product. So in that regard, I think it's a really great experience, and if you're able to stop by, I definitely would. I'll leave details of the location and things like that down below. I also am trying out a new layout, so if you have any preferences on which layout worked better for you, let me know down below. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram, where I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I put out new videos every Sunday, so if you'd like to be one of the first to know, then feel free to subscribe. So until next time, bye!